Hello. In last class, we discussed about the digital data to digital signal conversion. In this session, we are going to discuss about analog to digital signal conversion, ADC, and similarly, the having DAC is that we have to discuss later. And here, the ADC converts the analog signal into the digital signal. Knowingly or unknowingly, we all are using ADC and DAC in our day-to-day life. For example, whenever we are streaming the music in our smartphone, then the digital bit stream is converted into the electrical signal, and through the smartphone speaker, we are able to hear the music. This is the DAC, and similarly, while we are talking on the phone in microphone, the microphone converts our voice into the electrical signal. This is done through the ADC. Okay. As we know, what is digital signal, analog signal, digital data and analog data. Here we have to discuss about the analog to digital signal conversion. For this, we are using two methods, two techniques are using for the conversion, that is pulse code modulation and delta modulation. First of all, we have to discuss about the pulse code modulation. The pulse code modulation is a method that is used to convert an analog signal into a digital signal, so that a modified analog signal can be transmitted through the digital communication network. We can transmit the digital signal into the communication network, and the receiver can easily understand what we have to say. The PCM is in binary form, so there will be only two possible states, that is high and low, that is 0 and 1. This is done in the transmitting side. As in the receiving side, the process is demodulated, and the demodulation signal is done in the receiving side. The pulse code modulation process is done in 3 steps, that is sampling, quantization and coding. Okay, there are 2 types of pulse code modulation is there: differential pulse code modulation and ADPCM, that is adaptive differential pulse code modulation. Here having the structure about the transformation of analog to digital conversion, it including 3 steps: sample, quantizer and encoding. The samples takes the continuous analog signal as input and converts this continuous analog signal into the discrete time continuous amplitude signal PAM pulses. The quantizer takes this output of the sampler, and this sampler is converted into discrete time discrete amplitude signal PCM pulses. Is the output of quantizer, and the encoder is receiving the output from the quantizer, and it converts the digital bit stream output signal. And before the data is receiving into the sampler, the having a low pass filter is there. The low pass filter eliminates the high frequency component present in the input analog signal to ensure that the input signal to sampler is free from unwanted frequency component. This is done to avoid aliasing of the message signal. The low pass filter is doing the avoiding of noises. Unwanted signal is avoiding is done in the low pass filter. Here a long structure of the encoding process is showing here. The analog message signal is passed to the LPF. LPF means low pass filter, and the low pass filter, after removing the unwanted signal given into the sampler, after that quantizer, encoding, and it transmitted over the communication channel. And if the communication channel needs the repeater, it boosted the voice, and at the receiving side the process is demodulated. Demodulation process is done in the receiver side. Okay, as we say, here having 3 steps is done in the pulse code modulation. First process is sampling. It takes the samples, that's the process. The name itself including the process, it takes the sample. As we know, analog signal is continuous over time. Let us, if we are take an example, if we are taken segment as an example, the sampling is a process of finding a sufficient number of samples so that the original signal can be represented by those samples completely, and it should be possible to reconstruct the original signal. The process in sampling is taking a samples, taking a continuous signal, that is the high and low. The one continuous signal is taken for the sample, and it converts the all the signal is converts as a samples, as the analog signal in continuous nature, and it takes as a segment. The sampling is the process of finding sufficient number of samples. How many samples is done in a analog signal is showing in the is done by using the sampling process. Okay, and reconstructed into the original signal. Here having the structure, here the dashed dot line represents the analog signal, and this analog signal dashed dark dot is represented by the analog signal, and the red lines are the samples taken at the time duration t1. This is the sampling. This sampling process is made 3 samples method is there. First one, the ideal sampling, natural sampling, and flat top sampling. In ideal sampling, also known as instantaneous sampling, pulses from the analog signal are sampled. This is an ideal sampling method and cannot be easily implemented. This is somewhat difficult to implement. Most of the sampling techniques are using flat top sampling. Okay, it's an instantaneous sampling also. Then second case is natural sampling. Natural sampling is a practical method of sampling in which a high-speed switch is turned on for the small period of time when sampling occurs. The result is a sequence of samples that retains the shapes of analog signals. The most common sampling method called sample and hold, however, create flat top samples by using circuit. And flat top sampling, in comparison to natural sampling, flat top sampling can be easily obtained. In this sampling technique, the top of these samples remains constant by using a circuit, and this is most common sampling method used. Here having the structure of the 3 sampling techniques: ideal sampling, natural sampling, and flat top sampling. You just look, the black dotted line is the analog signal and the red lines is the samples taken, and if each red line is showing a discrete time interval, this time interval is denoted by t1. And in the case of natural, this is ideal sampling is also called instantaneous sampling, and it is somewhat difficult compared to the other. And in case of natural sampling, it is also somewhat easy, and it is the common process used in sampling techniques. Here also the black dotted lines represents the analog signal, and the red line represents the samples taken. And finally, the flat top sampling. Flat top sampling is mostly used for the sampling process. It is because of the top value is same for all the samples taken. That's why we are using flat top sampling mostly. Okay. The dashed dots represents the vertical red lines are represented by the samples. Samples are basically discrete values of amplitude which with regular interval over time. The number of samples per second is called sample rate. The sample rate is the number of samples per second, that is called sample rate. If we have for example, if we have a 34 sample, the sample rate is 34 time per second. Here we are discussing about some common standard rates that we are using in our daily life. If we are talking through the telephone communication, the telephone communication sample rate is 8 kilohertz, that is 8000 samples per second. And if we are talking through the VoIP, voice over internet protocol, VoIP, the sample rate is 16 kilohertz, that is 16,000 hertz samples per second is the samples rate of VoIP. And for audio CD and MP3, the transmission standard rate is 44 kilohertz. Okay, and in case of high quality sound, Blu-ray disc is using 1 megahertz, that is 1 million samples per second is the sample rate of high quality sound. Okay, this is the process done in sampling. Sampling is the process of taking the samples, and the continuous samples makes the voice properly. Okay. Next step in PCM is quantization. If sampling is like vertical line, but the quantizing is like horizontal line. Here showing the figure, the quantizing is like horizontal lines are represented. Here the horizontal lines representing the quantization and the vertical lines representing the sampling. Okay, let me explain the process. Sampling converts a time varying signal into discrete time signal, a sequence of real numbers, into a sequence of real numbers. Okay. For example, the real numbers includes, if we are saying 10 is a real number and 10.0002 is a real number and 10.00002215 is also a real number. And for accurate value, we are using a point value or floating type values are included in the quantization is the main advantage of the quantization. On any line segment, we can find an infinite set of real numbers. However, we only need a finite set of values which can be converted into binary numbers. Quantizing process exactly serves this purpose. We are introducing a new term in quantization, that is bit depth. The number of bits in each samples, the most common bit depth in analog digital conversion is 8-bit, 16-bit, 24-bit, etc. If we are using the 8-bit, it having 2⁸, 256 levels is there. Here showing a 8-bit communication.